Luka Doncic, arguably the most valuable player in the NBA, just got traded in what may be the most shocking move in sports history. The reason for trading him has made a lot of people angry. Listen to this. Mavs GM Nico Harrison apparently led the effort to trade Luka because of his conditioning issues and injury concerns. Half a season after carrying his team to the finals. To make things crazier, Nico also didn't think that Luka had what it took to truly win. He was quoted after the trade as saying defense wins championships, an obvious reference to Anthony Davis being a much better defender. Again though, this is coming not even a full year after Luka Doncic himself carried Dallas to the finals, a team that, without Luka, wouldn't have even dreamed of getting out of the first or second round. Yeah, the trade is stinging for a lot of people, Mavs fans especially. What only makes things worse is that the Lakers really got away with it again. Arguably the most disliked franchise in NBA history bagged yet another generational superstar, basically going from Jerry West through the Showtime Lakers, then getting Kobe for his whole career, then LeBron coming for the tail end of his career, to a 25-year-old Luka Doncic now, who will likely spend the next decade hunting for chips on the Lakers. Yeah, there really couldn't have been a worse team to get Luka for the average NBA fan. The worst part of this is it barely took any effort from the Lakers. The Lakers have been known to do a little scheming behind the scenes to bring guys over, we're used to this. However, it was apparently the Dallas Mavericks who approached them with the deal. The talks were reportedly had for just around a month in secret, no other team even knew he was on the market, and just like that, Luka Doncic was gone. The man who, by his own words in the letter he wrote to his Dallas fans recently, wanted to bring a championship to Dallas and thought he would spend his whole career there. Of course, this shocked the NBA world. Not just the fans, but the players too. Everyone is still going crazy, and even a week later, people still don't know what to think of it. That's what we're gonna get into. Let's explore both teams' reasonings for doing the trade and how both teams might work out in the future. It's time to cut through the chaos and really see what's going on.
It's the worst trade of all time in Dallas history.
Dude, it feels like
you cannot name me a worse trade than this one.
It feels like JFK just got shot. Yeah. It really feels like JFK.
The Lakers have traded Anthony Davis to the Dallas Mavericks in exchange for Luka Doncic.
What?
The Lakers just got Luka Doncic.
No, they didn't.
We traded Anthony Davis.
No, you didn't.
Listen, it's not real. It's not real. It's Dan Woike doing tweeting.
If it doesn't work,
it would be
how
on
is LeBron and Reed's gonna work? That doesn't work.
You should have traded Ron for Luka.
Why did Dan Woike tweet?
Starting with the Lakers, they probably couldn't be happier. Rob Pelinka and any other person involved in the decision must have thought the deal was too good to be true. The decision to say yes would have been a complete no-brainer. Of course, Anthony Davis did well with LeBron, even winning a chip together, and is currently one of the best players in the NBA. However, everybody knew that team, which AD was a major part of, had run its course. LeBron is a few years away from retirement, and Anthony Davis himself is 32 years old, so it's not like he can stay elite for too much longer. Overall, it's just a blessing for the Lakers. They don't have to toil around for a few years post-LeBron retirement. Luka will play with LeBron for a few years, and then the keys will be fully handed to him. Given that this is the Los Angeles Lakers, after a few years there will be free agents lining up to play with Luka as he's entering his prime. The Lakers have historically been the most sought-after destination for NBA players since the franchise moved to LA in the 60s. There's absolutely no reason to think it'll be any different now. For the next 10 years at least, we may see Doncic in a Lakers jersey with stacked teams at his command. It's a scary thought for Lakers haters, I'm gonna be honest. The Lakers will need a few years to figure it out and fully transition to being Luka's team, but anybody who thinks this could be a negative for the Lakers is kidding themselves. Let's not forget that Luka is now ineligible for a Supermax deal due to being traded and really liked Dallas, so there's a good chance he uses this as motivation after essentially being betrayed and backstabbed by his old team. He did just lead an all things considered pretty mediocre team to the finals, so imagine what he can do with Lakers level free agents. We may be witnessing the birth of a new Lakers golden age. Doncic is about as good of a piece as you can get to build a team around, and he generally is the system, similar to LeBron. So now it's time for the Lakers front office to get to work. Could we see 10 years of dominance similar to the Showtime Lakers in the 80s? Only time will tell, but this is the closest the Lakers have been to making that a reality for years. One thing is for certain. The Lakers, with their new superstar that they probably don't deserve, are currently living rent-free in the vast majority of NBA fans' heads. So things are finally getting back to normal again. Now moving on to the darker side of this trade. Let's get into the mind of Nico Harrison and the Dallas Mavericks to see why they traded Luka Doncic. To start, this trade genuinely confuses me. First of all, how can you complain about conditioning when Luka Doncic just carried your team to the finals last season? Sure, he's had some injuries this year, but that's unavoidable in the modern NBA. Also, let's not forget Nikola Jokic exists. Just because you look a little chubby and you're a little bit slow doesn't mean you can't play basketball at the highest level. Either way, if you're Nico Harrison and wanted to get Luka out the door as fast as possible, why not have a bidding war for him? As mentioned earlier, the Lakers were literally the only team aware that Doncic was available. Surely some other team could have made a crazy offer. Let's not forget OKC has about a gazillion picks and a bench literally overflowing with talent. And that's just one example. Even if we take everything we've heard so far at face value, if Nico was so concerned about conditioning and injury risk, why would he trade for Anthony Davis? The guy's nickname is literally Data Davis for a reason. Any way you try to look at this from the Mavericks side, this trade is just full out insane. You just don't trade a franchise player capable of scoring 34 points per game while running an offense and distributing. There's like 3 guys in the league capable of doing anything close to that. It's crazy. So crazy that people were literally calling to check Nico Harrison's bank statements or saying that he was scheming behind the scenes with Nike to accomplish this. Sadly for Mavs fans, what's done is done, no matter how crazy it was. So let's focus on seeing if this trade will work out for the Mavs. To start, I think the Mavericks need at least 2 championships to make this trade work out from a fan's perspective. I have a question for any Mavs fans who made it this far in the video, or anyone in general. Would you rather have a full career of Luka Doncic on your team, or 1 championship? I know chips are put on a pedestal and have always been, but is one of them worth trading a franchise guy who would have stayed and made runs for 15 years straight? That's the real question. Let us know. Getting into the team though, I do think the fit is actually pretty good. On paper at least. We have Kyrie, a guard, and AD, a big man. Of course it's going to fit decently, right? However, there will be a few questions that need to be answered for the Mavs. The first of these questions is who's going to run the offense? Is it going to be Kyrie Irving? Then good luck winning literally anything. Remember when he went to Boston as the guy, then flamed out in about a year and a half once he realized he wasn't first option material, and then went back to be a sidekick again? Kyrie is a shoot-first, scoring-centric point guard that works best with a bigger distributor like LeBron or Luka, and we've seen that. The second question is, will AD embrace being a center finally? It's come out that he wants the Mavs to look for a center so he can play the 4. Is he really going to make the team get some bum to toss in there while he plays make-believe at the 4? He is one of the best in the league at rebounding, shot blocking, defending, you name it. Anything a center does, he's good at. Despite all I said, I actually think Dallas will be the better team for at least the next few years. AD and Kyrie alone is a lot of star power, however, I think the trade will start to look more stupid with time once Luka has some years to settle in on the Lakers and is leading a literal super team of free agent signings, competing for championships. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, subscribing, hitting the bell, whatever you want to do. We appreciate absolutely everything. And if you want more content, be sure to check in next week.